Ever wonder why humans exhibit such a wide array of skin colors, ranging from light pink to dark brown? It's a curious question, isn't it? From a biological perspective, the diversity in our skin tones is a fascinating subject that involves an intricate dance of genetics, melanin, sunlight, and even geography. Understanding this aspect of human biology not only satisfies our scientific curiosity, but also underscores the shared heritage of all humans. So let's dive into the fascinating world of skin color and its determinants. The chief factor influencing skin color is a pigment called melanin. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is melanin? Well, melanin is a natural pigment found not only in our skin, but also in our hair and eyes. It's produced by specialized cells called melanocytes. Interestingly, all of us, regardless of our skin color, have approximately the same number of melanocytes. However, the amount of melanin these cells produce varies significantly among individuals and is primarily responsible for the color of our skin. But melanin is more than just a pigment. It's also our skin's natural sunscreen. Melanin absorbs and disperses ultraviolet rays from the sun, protecting our skin from their harmful effects. The process of melanin production ramps up when our skin is exposed to the sun. That's why you might notice your skin getting darker or tanning after spending time outdoors. This is your body's way of protecting your skin cells from DNA damage caused by the sun's UV rays, so the amount of melanin in our skin cells determines the darkness of our skin. Individuals with a high amount of melanin have darker skin, while those with less melanin have lighter skin. But melanin doesn't act alone. Other factors like blood flow and the thickness of the skin also play a role in determining skin color. However, melanin remains the most influential factor. It's also worth noting that melanin is not uniformly distributed in our skin. Some parts of our body, like the palms of our hands and the soles of our feet, have fewer melanocytes and therefore less melanin. That's why these areas are lighter than the rest of our body. So, the next time you look at your skin, remember that it's not just about aesthetics. The color of your skin is a testament to the amazing protective mechanisms at work within your body. So the more melanin you have, the darker your skin color. Genetics also play a crucial role in determining our skin color. Let's delve into the world of genetics. Our bodies are made up of billions of cells, and each cell contains our genetic information, a blueprint of who we are, and that includes the color of our skin. Our genes, inherited from our parents, play a critical role in deciding the amount of melanin our skin cells produce. Melanin, as we learned earlier, is a pigment that gives our skin its color. More melanin means darker skin, and less melanin results in lighter skin. But here's where things get really interesting. There isn't just one gene that determines skin color. Instead, multiple genes work together in a complex mechanism to control melanin production. This means that the inheritance of skin color is not as straightforward as, say, the inheritance of eye color, which is influenced by a few genes. This genetic influence results in the wide spectrum of skin colors we see around us. It's a bit like mixing paints. Depending on the combination of genes you inherit from your parents, you might end up with a unique shade that's all your own. But it's not all about genes. Other factors can also influence the production of melanin. For example, exposure to sunlight can increase melanin production, leading to a tan. But we'll discuss this more in the next scene. It's also important to note that while our genes dictate the baseline of our skin color, they don't determine our value as human beings. People of all skin colors have contributed to the rich tapestry of human history and culture, and our skin color is just one aspect of our complex identities. So, while it's fascinating to explore the science behind skin color, it's equally important to celebrate the diversity it brings. Thus, the genes you inherit from your parents largely dictate your skin color. Ever noticed how your skin gets darker when you spend time in the sun? That's another key factor in skin color. Our bodies have a rather clever way of protecting themselves from the sun's harmful rays. When we expose our skin to sunlight, it responds by producing more melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. But it's not just about getting a tan after a sunny vacation. This melanin production plays a significant role in determining the overall color of our skin. You see, areas of the world that receive more sunlight have higher UV radiation levels, and UV radiation can be pretty harmful, causing skin damage and even leading to skin cancer. To protect against this, people living in these sunnier regions produce more melanin. This increased melanin production leads to a darker skin color. It's like nature's very own sunscreen. So the more sunlight a region gets, the more melanin the people living there produce, and the darker their skin tends to be. But what about people in areas with less sunlight? Well, they produce less melanin, leading to lighter skin. Lower melanin levels allow more sunlight to penetrate the skin and facilitate the production of vitamin D, which is essential for bone health. So in regions with less sunlight, having lighter skin is actually an advantage, as it helps the body produce enough vitamin D. It's an incredible example of how our bodies have adapted to their environments. Whether it's producing more melanin to protect against harmful UV radiation in sunnier areas, or less melanin to allow for vitamin D production in less sunny areas, our skin color is a testament to the amazing adaptability of the human body. So, where you live and how much sunlight you get can significantly influence your skin color. Our ancestors' geographical locations and the process of evolution have also shaped our skin colors. The geographical distribution of skin colors across the globe is not a random occurrence. It's a result of how skin color has evolved over the millennia to adapt to different environments. Let's consider the role of geography first. The closer a region is to the equator, the more direct the sun's rays. More intense sunlight means more ultraviolet radiation, which can be harmful in excess. To protect against this, skin cells in these areas produce more melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. This results in a darker skin tone. So, people living near the equator, where the sun's rays are most direct, generally have darker skin tones. On the other hand, regions further from the equator receive less direct sunlight. Hence, the people living in these areas produce less melanin and typically have lighter skin tones. This is because less melanin is needed to protect against the weaker UV radiation. Now let's talk about evolution. Our skin color adaptations didn't happen overnight. They evolved over hundreds of thousands of years. Our early human ancestors who lived in Africa had dark skin, which is rich in melanin. This was a natural sunscreen that protected them against the harsh African sun. However, as some humans migrated to areas with less sunlight, they needed to absorb more sun to synthesize vitamin D, which is crucial for bone health and immune function. Having too much melanin hindered this process. So, over time, these populations evolved to have lighter skin, which allows more sunlight to penetrate and boost vitamin D production. In this way, our skin colors have been shaped by a complex interplay of geographical location, sun exposure, and the evolutionary need for sun protection and vitamin D synthesis. So over time, our skin colors have evolved to best suit our environments. So we've discussed several factors that determine our skin color. Firstly, we delved into the role of melanin, a pigment in our skin that aids in protecting us from harmful sun rays. The more melanin one has, the darker their skin tends to be. Then we explored the genetic factor. Our genes, inherited from our parents, play a crucial role in determining how much melanin our skin cells produce. Sun exposure also plays a significant part. More exposure to the sun prompts our skin to produce more melanin, leading to darker skin. That's why individuals living in sun-rich regions tend to have darker skin tones compared to those in less sunny areas. Geographical location is another key determinant. People living near the equator, where the sun's rays hit the earth at a more direct angle, typically produce more melanin and have darker skin. Conversely, those in regions closer to the poles, where sunlight is less direct, tend to have lighter skin. Lastly, we touched on evolution's role. Over time, our skin color has adapted based on factors like protection from sun rays and vitamin D synthesis. Understanding these factors not only answers our initial question, but also highlights the beautiful diversity and adaptability of the human race.